Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Meta Cafe. Grab your cup of coffee or your tea, sit back, and let's chat this morning. We are having a bit of a technical glitch here this morning. I'm only on air here to see if my guest, Kornelia Stephanie, can actually be heard. So, Kornelia, good morning. And can you say something? Let's see if we can hear you.
Good morning and happy day to you.
I see your lips moving, but I cannot hear you. If you are out there listening to us this morning, will you please let me know if you all can hear Kornelia? Because
Hi, everybody.
I cannot hear her.
Nice to be with you. Hello. Good morning.
Debbie says, good morning. Somebody please let us know. I know you all can hear me, but can you hear Kornelia sitting next to me here? Let me know.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this magical.
So you guys can hear Kornelia?
Joyful day. Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me speak? Can you hear me? I'm here to talk to you all today about
Debbie. Yes, she can. Oh my God, that's so freaking bizarre. So my guests can hear you, but I can't hear you. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. Let me see if I change something, if I can make something work. So bear with me for a minute. Okay. I'm going to go off camera and I will return in a moment. So say hi, introduce yourself, tell people who you are.
Okay, I'll do that.
How you came to be doing what you're doing.
Okay. Supporting me in launching the Millionaire Imprint for women. Can you hear me, Janet?
I hear you. Can you hear me? That's so weird. As soon as I unplugged my microphone, I could hear you. So I don't know what it is with my microphone and a guest, but apparently it doesn't work that way. So I apologize for interrupting you. Carry on. Continue what you were saying.
Awesome. So what was I saying? I was saying that, we launched the Millionaire Imprint for women, and it is a series for the next 12 weeks. So, and it has to do with creating a financial empowerment movement. So all the women can release the karmic debts and the shame and the poverty consciousness around money. And my co-hosts and myself, we've done this work ourselves. So now we're able to share our wisdom and share our gift and generate this amazing movement. And every Friday, I'm introducing you to another woman that is sharing her gifts and her wisdom around financial empowerment, because that time is now. We are really being asked to define in our own terms what is the meaning of abundance. We have to know where the abundance lies and what abundance means to us. And right now, as you know, Janet, as an astrologer, you know that Venus is in Scorpio. Mm-hmm. And that is all about unearthing and looking at what our value is, what our own self-worth, what our value is, what it means to us. And also, you know, with money, it's a relationship. And the relationship that you have with money, that's what this movement is also about. So for the next 12 weeks, we're educating, we're creating a movement. Whether you want to become a millionaire or not, it doesn't matter. But what it's going to do, what it's going to benefit you, it's going to benefit you in changing your relationship with money and increase your value, increase your worth, release the stories the conditioning that you were brought up with from your past, help you with that. And that's going to happen for the next 12 weeks. And then after that, I'm going to bring on other women for the next 12 weeks that are going to show us how to invest, where to put our money, how to save, how to create a budget, and all of these other things. Because we want to make sure that women get really good at earning money, at paying debts, at being valued with their money, because that's an energy that comes from the inside out. And so that's what the the Millionaire Imprint for Women is about. It's an activation. And I'm sharing my authentic path because this year I structured my millionaire as a business coach and as an entrepreneur. I structured a millionaire path for myself. And over the next few years, I'm sharing my authentic path of what it is that I'm doing to create a millionaire lifestyle. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I love to give. I'm a philanthropist and I love giving. And so I want to be able to give radically and generously to organizations and people that I support, projects that I'm passionate about. And I'm just talking and talking. Sorry about that, but I'm so excited about this movement. Yeah.
It's awesome. Cornelia, I've got to share a little bit of a funny story with you because I knew, of course, that you were coming on the show today. And I think it was like 2 days ago, one of our listeners, Londa, who you also know, she lives in our area here. She said to me, she called me the Oprah of astrology, and I started cracking up because here I am today with my Oprah hat on, and tell the story. You and I played Oprah and an interview, and you played a guest, remember, at the Unity Church a few years back, where I was Oprah and I interviewed you.
Exactly.
I don't remember now what we were doing, but it was so fun.
What we were doing is we were launching passionate promotions.
Yes, that's right.
That's what we were doing. We were launching passionate promotions. And that was, again, to shine the light on promoting people, entrepreneurs, healers, light workers, astrologers, whatever, whatever your passion is. We were launching that. But you know what's really funny? Now that you mentioned that, last week's show, which, by the way, I want to be able to tell the listeners, your listeners, thanks so much for tuning in. I want to be able to tell you all where you can look at the show. You can listen to it on podcast, and you can also look at the show that I did last week with the launch. And you can go to my website at KorneliaStephanie.com, and you can see it right there on the homepage. Right there, there is a YouTube link from last week's podcast, and also the YouTube video. And you can look at that because that's the beginning. And then there's a show today at 1 o'clock with my co-host Samantha Brown, and she's assisting us with changing your relationship from your money monster to your money honey. So that's what we're going to do today with Samantha. But last week when I was talking with Susan, Janet, I was inviting people to look at an archetype that they really admire and that they really look up to. And guess who I brought up?
Oprah.
Because, I mean, Oprah, look at the way, because Oprah's story is so amazing and fascinating because of where she came from. Yeah. And we all have the ability to live big and dream big. It's just that our conditioning, our root chakra, has always had a low self-worth and has had the consciousness of not enough, not worthy, not good enough, not enough, low self-esteem, low self-value. And so that's, and Oprah is a perfect example, but you don't have to take somebody big like Oprah that, has so much money. You can, any person that you look up to and that you admire, so that you have a positive role model to say, oh yeah, I'd like to live that way. This is what I would like to experience. This is what I would like to do. So last week I used Oprah because she's my role model. She's my go-to. I'm so inspired by her, and I love how she's able to live her life and the things that she's able to do to give generously the way that she wants to give. And that's my lifestyle too.
Absolutely. So I want to go back to something you said a few minutes ago, and this may take us into a little bit of a different, trek for a minute. But you were talking about our connection to the root chakra and the conditioning field that we find ourselves in. And one of the things that you and I talk about a lot is our relationship to the masculine, and how our relationship to our fathers or to the male authority figures in our own personal lives has really characterized our relationship with money. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and how do we work with that, if we can go there for a minute?
Well, I want to share actually something. This is also something that I shared last week on the podcast that you can look at on my website at korneliastephanie.com. But I want to read something to you from one of my friends, clients that wrote this to me. And this is, I think, in relationship to exactly what you're talking about as far as conditioning. And many people can relate to this story. And I'm gonna just read this to you.
Okay.
It says, it says, my father took my mom's house from her, and he got her car repossessed when she was pregnant with me. Her first husband had left her enough money to pay off her house, and she bought a new car and had extra money left over for a cushion. When she married my dad, he made her sell the house. He used the money for himself, buying a truck for himself. He would leave her for days, weeks at a time with no money, no food, and no resources. 1 month before I was born, she was foodless and moneyless and had to borrow money from my older sister to be able to survive. All that energy being absorbed by me in utero.
That's my story. And you're going to make me cry. God, I hear that story and I just want to die inside. And I know it's my story. Thank you for bringing that up. There's obviously something releasing here, but
there is something releasing. And because you know what, Janet, so many women can relate to your story, our story, because this is our collective story. So many of us have had so much shame and so many wounds around our conditioning, how we grew up, how we were raised, that we never had that positive role model to look up to. We were always brought up in lack consciousness, you know. And as you can relate to this was a huge piece for you, because when you and I were talking, you were saying, how is it that I can make my business a success? And you were being so hard on yourself, not realizing that you're still fighting the survival battle that many of us in the third dimensional construct from where we came from, the old world conditioning, that root chakra that you want me to talk about, that is that was grounded in a low self-worth, low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And really that's what it's about. I talked to another client of mine that was saying that, she says, oh my God, thank you so much for the work that you're doing in the world and what you're doing, because my hubby, if it wasn't for my hubby supporting me, doing my business and what I'm doing, I wouldn't be able to get my business off the ground and do what it is that I'm doing, because I don't have the money to start the business. There's so many women that have never had the money to start their businesses or to embody a high self-worth, which is the reason why I launched the Millionaire Imprint. Because look at this, when we say millionaire me too, what issues does that bring up for you? Because it's such a big dream. It's a big dream to say a millionaire. It just seems so big, but we want to be able to, in our new earth, we can define our own value, our own worth according to our own blueprint. It's not based on our conditioning from the past, because this is the story that we're releasing and letting go of, that shame that you were born with, that lack of self-worth, that lack of self-value, and how you were raised. And bless your family, because this was the story. These were the people that you chose to incarnate with, to have this experience. Because if we believe that all the universe and everything is here to support us, everything is here to support us in our evolution. And I came from the same story. You know, I was born into an alcoholic family. I was a suicidal soul for most of my life until can't remember till 1993, when it was the last time that I was going to commit suicide. I was a suicidal soul because I never felt like I could fit into this world. And as a super sensitive psychic empath, I would always feel other people's emotions, which is the reason why I became an expert in emotional healing and helped people in releasing their emotional pain. And really, that's where it all is. So if the listeners right now are feeling, deep emotional pain, I just want you to know that this is all part of the process, that you can release all of this energy and let all of that energy go. Release the shame, release the poverty programs, release the consciousness. And you get to define what abundance means to you, how you want to live your dream, how you want to live your life today. Because this is what we came here for our evolution. We came here to embody a new level of consciousness, a new level of worth, to live in our integrity. And living in our integrity means living in our wealth. It is out of our integrity to struggle, to not know how to pay the bills, to not know how to take care of ourselves, because in our consciousness, we're far too advanced. We're far too in the know to not be able to rise up from that old level of conditioning.
Now, there have to be tools out there that we can use. I mean, so many times, there are people that call me or, even contact me, and I can look into their charts. I can see, where the problem is. I can even sort of sometimes give them tools that, they can use. What do you suggest? What are you going to be teaching people in your Millionaire Imprint that relates to tools they can use to move through this?
Janet, it's not just what I'm doing now, it's what I've done. And like over the last 8 years, I have been developing programs as a life coach, as a philanthropist, as a new earth creator, as an ascension guide. I have been developing. I wrote a book called Peace, the FlipSide to Anger, how I healed my life using my emotions and my body, and how you can too. In the back of that book, which everybody can get on Amazon, by the way, all the tools are in there. How to process fear, how to process your emotions, how to change your limiting beliefs. There's a 21-day peace practice in there. And that 21-day peace practice takes you all the way to all of your chakras, being able to help you to clear your negative limiting beliefs, the belief that you can't realize your dream, or the belief that you're not good enough, along with processing the emotion of not feeling valued, not feeling worthy. It has all of that information in there. So you can get that book. You can go to my website and get all these free tools if you go to KorneliaStephanie.com. There's a box all the way on the bottom that says new to Kornelia's work, emotional processing. Emotional processing is a wonderful place to start. So whenever you get triggered about something in your life right now, if you're feeling like you're stuck and you're feeling like you can't take care of yourself, and you're in a job that's sucking the life force out of you and you want something different, that's all perfect right now, because that's what you're meant to do. Processing your emotions, releasing all of that energy, releasing the pain and the suffering, and knowing, oh my gosh, I was laying on the floor with my heart on the floor and my heart bleeding. And it was a very, very painful path to do this emotional work and to process and change your limiting beliefs. But you can do it. So on my website, I've got all those free tools that are there. And also, I want to tell you all about a course that I'm offering right now.
It's going to be on your website too?
Well, it is on the website, and this is just an amazing process that I've developed. So 2 things that I'm offering. I'm offering the Wealthy Roots Women's Circle that I'm launching. I just launched this last week for the Millionaire Imprint. And what that is, it's where we meet bi-weekly on Zoom, every bi-weekly Friday nights at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7. And it's an empowerment women's circle where I give activations, where I give tools, where I assist people with realizing the dream that they came here to live. One Friday, it's going to be about realizing your dream. And the next Friday, it's going to be about clearing and healing the shame around money. So that's going to be for the next year. It's called Wealthy Roots Women's Circle. It's a year of transformation. You can look at that on my website at KorneliaStephanie.com. There is a box that says Wealthy Roots Women's Circle. Take a look at that. And that is ridiculously low priced at $33 a month. It's
I
like
love that
having
number.
me one-on-one, because when we do group energy together, when we work together as a group, we're not meant to work alone anymore. We're meant to work together in a group. And when we work together in a group, it's so much more powerful. The reason why I did it on Friday night is because I want women from around the world to join us, because the consciousness, you know, in Bali or in Africa or in India, where women's value and women's worth, I want to be able to help those women as well, the ones that can join us. So I'm I'm gathering all the women that are ready to influence and radiate wealth from the inside out to join me in this collective movement. So it's $33 a month or $396 a year. I'd say sign up for the $396 a year and make a commitment to yourself, because this is going to change your trajectory. It's going to change your life, because what happens when people work with me, their life changes. That's just how it is. It's just because, as you know, Janet, as you are my astrologer, I help people move into the abundance of their spirit. And that's really what happens. And being in this collective unified field, it's a wonderful value for you. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it at this price, because it's really, really low, because I understand that people have, you know, that, hey, you know, it's hard for people to invest in themselves when they have a low self-worth, because they're still thinking, I don't have the money to do that. But I want to tell you about another benefit for signing up with the Wealthy Roots Women's Circle. I developed an online school of divine empowerment. And the online school of divine empowerment is daily messages that are there for you that assist you in raising your daily vibration. That's one thing. You're going to be a receiver of all of this content for free when you sign up for the Women's Circle. You're going to get all of this. So the other thing that you're going to get in signing up for the Women's Circle, in addition to that, in the online school of divine empowerment, are these following courses. I want to tell you about them.
Okay.
Claim Your Power, Embody Faith. These are seven-day courses. Claim Your Power, Embody Faith. Embody Heaven on Earth is a 122-day course. Embody Health, High Self-Worth is a 7-day course. Pure Thought, Pure Emotion is a 7-day course. Embody Self-Love is a 7-day course. Expansion of the Heart is a 30-day course. And Release Negative Emotion and Anger is a 7-day course. These are all courses that I've created in my online school of divine empowerment. So even if you didn't want to do the Wealthy Roots, you could just go and sign up for the online school of divine empowerment, which is $13 a month, $144 a year. Because Janet, you asked me the number one question. And the number one question is, what are the tools?
Yeah, exactly.
And really what the tools are, I've developed the tools because that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do as a light worker, as a light being. I'm supposed to develop practical tools that people can use so that they can define the new earth on what it means according to their authority and according to their terms, not according to what I say. Because what I say is an inspiration. It's wisdom and it's information that I'm sharing it. But unless you know what it means to you, I can sit there and inspire you all day long. But unless you embody it for yourself and know what abundance means to you, what freedom means to you, what prosperity means to you, what heaven on earth means to you, what the power of thought means to you, what all of these things mean to you, it doesn't matter. You're the one that's going to embody heaven on earth. You're the one that's going to embody peace on earth. You're the one that's going to embody the consciousness of prosperity, faith, and all of that through your own physical body. Because we've got the four bodies that are playing a critical role in your physicality. and that's your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, and your physical body. They all have to work in harmony together. So I'll give you an example. I used to have a thought that was attached to an emotion, that was attached to a core, that was attached to a belief, a core belief, that I wasn't worthy and that I wasn't good enough. And I used to make choices that reflected that belief every single day of every single moment. I would make choices until I realized that and changed all of that with the tools that I developed. I also have a wholeness certification practitioner program that where I teach people how to become wholeness practitioners, because this is what I've done myself. I used to be the same way. I used to think that I wasn't worthy, that I wasn't good enough to have my dream life. I used to live in poverty consciousness. I didn't know how to pay for my, how to get my next meal met and how to take care of myself as an entrepreneur. When I was in that situation, I didn't know how to do that. But I placed myself in those situations so I can totally connect with others and understand and develop these tools to make it easier for the collective, because we're all going home. We're all going home to the truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is infinite beings of infinite wealth, amazing, of capable of creating capable and amazing things in the world. But we have to own it. We have to own it in our heart, which is our new root chakra. But we also have to own it in our roots, wealthy roots. So I want you to look at right now where your roots are. Where are they? What is your relationship with money? What is your relationship with your self-worth? How do you feel about yourself? Do you have a push-pull relationship with yourself? All the negative voices in your head and your thoughts. And do you have a negative relationship with money? Because it's all related, because energy, it's all energy.
It is. Absolutely.
As you can see, I'm so passionate about all this.
No, we can't see that at all.
Yeah.
So for all of you that are just maybe tuning in, and I see a couple of new names popping up here, we're speaking with Kornelia Stephanie, and she is the author of the book Peace, The Flip Side to Anger, How I Used My Emotions to Heal My Life and My Body, and How You Can Too. I didn't type all of that in because I know that if you just go to her website, KorneliaStephanie.com, you can find the book, you can find access to her radio shows on the Millionaire Imprint for women, you can find the wealthy women, oh gosh, I'm going to botch this, wealthy roots, that one, all on her page. Now, Kornelia, you also do stuff on Facebook too, right? I see you on Facebook quite often.
Yeah,
I have a page where
Kornelia Stephanie on Facebook, and you can also see me on YouTube, Kornelia Stephanie on YouTube and Facebook. And I'm just getting ready to start now. You know, I post a lot of things on Facebook, but I'm getting ready now to start doing Facebook Lives. I still had a lot of finalizations to do in my background platforms. And now that I'm starting the Facebook Lives that are going to be most likely once a week now, where I'll be doing a lot of teaching and talking there. But I want to be able to enroll people into this portal, because the other thing about my online School of Divine Empowerment is it's a global network, and it's a network exactly like Facebook. So we can talk to each other inside the portal exactly like we do on Facebook. And it's private, right? So you come there, you learn, you look at the courses, you look at the daily practice, you get the daily practice, you get, you know, for $13 a month or $144 a year, you sign in, you have access to all of these courses and an opportunity to every day to raise your daily vibe, because you're doing it yourself. Nobody's coming in and doing this for you. It is you doing this for yourself, because the Savior is living inside of you. You're the one that is doing this work. You have your support team. There is so much support around you, so much love. Your angelics, your angels, your guides, your inner circle, your support team. they're all there to support you. And I just want people to know that they are not alone and that they have the resources that they need. And I want to give a gift to all of your listeners today, Janet. I want to offer something that when I was in my living room on the floor, bawling my eyes out of what is this thing with money. And I know today that the reason why I was there was to really understand the value of money, understand my value. Because really, when you look at it, $1 or $1 million, the value of it is the same. The universe does not know the difference. Is it $1? Is it $1 million? But you do. How do you feel about the $1 that you do have? How do you feel about that? And if you can take that $1 and feel so good about that $1 and bring that feeling into everyday now moments, each moment, as you expand that out in your relationship with money, you're going to see your trajectory change exponentially. But you again have to have that belief that's attached to it, that you are not running out, that you are worthy. I am worthy. I am good enough. I deserve it. You have to be vibrating that frequency. That level of frequency has to be vibrated out. So in 2012, I wrote an ebook called Feeling Yourself into Wholeness. And I'm giving this book available for anybody that wants it, free. And it's got a process in there on how to change your negative limiting beliefs with money. And it's got the entire process. And it's not just for money, but you can use it with your diet. You can use it with food. You can use it with sex. You can use it with any process. It just takes you through how to change negative limiting beliefs, how to do your emotional processing. Mm-hmm. And people can receive this ebook if they email me at radio@KorneliaStephanie.com, radio@KorneliaStephanie.com, and in the subject line, write Janet Hickox. And I will email you that ebook for free and get you started. Go to my website at KorneliaStephanie.com and go to the bottom. There's a box that says free tools for emotional processing. Grab those. Go to Amazon, get the book, because it's an incredible story. The first part of the book, I talk about my own journey as a light worker and what I've had to do in order to be who I am today. And really, that is to embody heaven on earth here today, because heaven on earth is a state of consciousness. We don't have to die to go to heaven. We only have to let our old self, our old limiting thoughts, our old being die away, releasing and letting go so that we can give birth to our new self. And sign up for the basic membership, where you can sign up for the online School of Divine Empowerment if you want to raise your daily vibe, or join me in the Wealthy Roots Women's Movement, and where we're going to change our trajectories as a collective that we're going to do. You're going to be able to submit questions every 2 weeks to me that I will answer in the broadcast. And it's just going to be a powerful time, because right now is the time we're building a new earth. This is our time. The old earth, the way that we know it, is crumbling.
Passing away.
It's falling away. It's what we've all been talking about. And here
exactly.
we are, we're building a new earth. And now we're inhabiting the new land. And now we're putting our roots down. You want to put your roots down. Wealthy, healthy, abundant. You're the one that's doing it, because I can't do it for you, because it's a choice. You have a choice. We have a choice.
So for those of you who are listening, I don't know if you've been able to see what I can see, Kornelia, but people's comments, they're really enjoying this information. Yes. And so I'm not sure if you can see that, but if anybody out there has a question for Kornelia, you can go ahead and type it in, because I'm seeing the scrolling, and I can put it up on the screen so Kornelia can see if you have any questions about it. Also, yesterday I put the links on my Living Astrology Facebook page, where you guys are all at right now, to her radio show, The Millionaire Imprint for Women. It is the first episode, I believe, is what I posted for people to hear. And then from there, you can find whatever else you want as far as her website and other broadcasts, etc. And so, Kornelia, remind everybody again, the radio show is on Fridays, but isn't that a couple of other days during the week that your cohorts are also on air? Or is it only one time a week?
Actually, it's, I'm doing 3 radio shows. I'm doing 3 radio shows, one on Friday from 12 to 1, Heaven on Earth, because my spiritual practice, my spiritual life, I could go and live in an ashram right now and I would be perfectly content. Seriously. I would be so happy to just go live in an ashram and be fine. But that's not what I came here to do. I am a volunteer soul, and I came here to do big things, and that is to assist with the ascension on the planet, and that's my number one thing. So Heaven on Earth has been a grounding in for me and my tribe. That's why the course is available in my online School of Divine Empowerment, the 122-day course, Heaven on Earth, that we grounded in 3 years ago. We grounded that in 3 years ago because that's where we were at in the evolution within the tribe, and that's what we were doing. And so that I just lost my train of thought. Just a second, I'm going to get
radio
it back.
shows.
Yeah, radio.
Heaven on Earth.
Heaven on Earth. There you go, Heaven on Earth. So that was the main thing. Is Heaven on Earth is launched, and that's Fridays from 12 to 1.
Okay.
Transformation Talk Radio, but you can get all that information on my website and just take a look there. And every Friday from 12 to 1, or find out the links and go to my Facebook at Kornelia Stephanie, because I always post the links. So Heaven on Earth, about your spirituality. I always bring guests on and people on, high ascension guides, people that are way showers on the planet that are doing amazing things. That's Heaven on Earth. And Janet, I want you to come on the Heaven on Earth radio show and share your astrology and your human design, whatever it is that's uniquely yours to share. I want to feature you when you are ready to do that. So that's the one radio show. The next radio show is, and so also if you are a person that wants to be considered to be on the radio show, email me at radio@KorneliaStephanie.com. And if you have a service, a high vibrational service that you like to gift, that you want to share with the world, and you can let me know. I do charge for that. It's not free, because Transformation Talk Radio is a professional network, and there's an entire team that comes together and does all kinds of things so that I can support you and launch you forward. And help you get your gifts out into the world. The Millionaire Imprint is on every Friday from 1 to 2. So every Friday,
12 to 1, Heaven on Earth, and then 1 to 2.
Yeah, because it's in our integrity to have money. We as a collective, as you know, Janet, I'm highly intuitive, and I listen to the Galactic Center, and I get the messages from there. That's how I created all of these things. This is just energy that flows through me. So that's where I get it. These are high vibrational, inspirational messages from the Galactic Center, and that's how I create all this stuff. But it's absolutely, we as a collective have decided that we are still having money on this planet. And it's absolutely essential that you have an amazing, good relationship with money, because we're not done yet. So a lot of people, there's talk out there like, oh, is money going to go away, and is money going to be gone? No, it's not maybe in another century. I don't know yet when, but I can tell you right now in listening, we as a collective have not chosen as a collective to be done with money. We're not there yet. Maybe in another century, when we as a collective will decide, now we're done with money, let's do something different, then we'll know. But it hasn't happened yet. And I can tell you, it's an important thing for you to say, I love money. So Heaven on Earth, and having money to pay your bills, and doing your good work, and being a spiritual person to have the money that it is that you need, that is absolutely in your integrity, and to shine that light. It's not in your integrity to be in poverty. It's not in your integrity to struggle, because you're an empowered, infinite creator. and you're done with that story. It's a story. So and then that's the second show. And then the third show that I'm going to be launching next month is called Lady Boss, featuring entrepreneurs on the leading edge of consciousness. Nice. And so I'm going to have you on that show too. But there's just so much goodness. As you can see, all these things I've worked on over the last 10 years since I've been in my awakening journey. Yeah. And I've developed all of these tools. And now I'm just able to generously give back and support other people in their awakening with their gifts, and show you that ascending and moving into the light and living from your light body and being your multidimensional self and being an empowered creator. This is what I champion. I champion the authority over one's own life as empowered creation. That's giving to yourself as your infinite self.
People are asking for you to repeat the address to get the book. I've posted it in the chat, but it was radio at
the ebook.
Yeah, the ebook, the gift. So would you repeat that for everybody?
Sure. Radio at KorneliaStephanie.com. Kornelia with a K. Kornelia with a K.
Yeah, I've put that in there. Also, you said to put in the subject line my name. That's Janet Hickox, and that way she'll know that is where you heard about the book. And I hope that helps. It's also in the chat. So anybody that's just joined that wasn't here in the beginning, if you go back through scroll back through the chat, you'll see her website, the name of the book, and the email email address where you can request your free ebook. And Kornelia, thank you so much. This has been really more than I can expect, considering, at the beginning of the show, we had no sound. Wow. I mean, who knew, right? So thank you so much for joining us. I know for those of you who usually come here in the morning to hear all about astrology, I kind of set that on the shelf this morning, but I will say that we are in a void of course moon for the whole of the day today. In fact, I want to say until 5:45 p.m. this evening. That's West Coast time, so 8:45 p.m. for you all on the East Coast. Take the day off. Go play on Kornelia's radio show. Go just have a day of maybe self-reflection and study. This isn't a good day to go out and start something new. Maybe end your week early. I know I am. I'm heading out here in the next 10 minutes to head out to Oregon to watch my granddaughter in a historical reenactment. Did you know they still do that kind of thing? Towns do historical reenactments of their early days. And so Mackenzie is a model, and they found her through her agent and asked her to come and be an actor in this reenactment.
Yay. And how awesome for you and her.
Oh yeah, it'll be so much fun. I went with her a couple of weeks ago down to watch the rehearsal, and it was amazing. They're reenacting the 1920s, so the Willamette Valley in Oregon in the 1920s. Very interesting time. So that is what I'm doing. I have no work to do today, so I suggest all of you go out and just have fun and play. You can even tell your boss, my astrologer said today is a play day.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for Kornelia, to you for bringing your energy and your gifts and your tools to us. Let me just check one last time here to see if anybody has questions before we go. Gail says, oh yes, divine timing to confirm and build my purpose here on earth. Woohoo!
Yes,
Thank
Gail.
you. And let's see, everyone else, amen. So exciting. So good job, Kornelia. Thank you so much.
Yay. Thanks for having me, Janet.
You are most welcome. And for everybody listening, I will be back on Monday morning at 8 a.m. with the weekly broadcast for astrology, what's coming up this next week. And take care. Bye for now. Mwah. Much love to everybody. Mwah. Much love to you, Kornelia. Take care and bye for now.